Story time on how I walked in on my situationship and best friend hooking up, and then I later found out it was going on for a year and a half. Okay, I want to start off by saying, one, I've made this video a couple times, and two, I'm so nervous to post this video because this is vulnerable, girl. Okay, I moved you guys higher up. I just also never thought I was going to get on social media platform and tell this story, but it gets to a point, and I just think that why not tell the most traumatic moment of my life? Okay, so in order for this to make sense, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I'm going to try not to make this super long. I also need to preference this by I'm a dumbass, and I know I'm a dumbass, and I did a lot of dumbass things, okay? I don't need anybody in the comments telling me I'm stupid. I already know, I already lived it, but it's already done. So we're going to move on from me making dumb decisions, okay? So, met my 4-year-long situationship in 2021. We had a great dynamic at first. We were actually really good friends, and we just had a good understanding and dynamic of like what our situationship like looked like and entailed. The line started to blur when he moved in with me, and he moved in with me and stayed with me for about 2 years, but towards the end, it was like a consistent year. He would like on and off the first year. The last year, it was like pretty consistent. He was with me all the time. His stuff was in my house: clothes, toothbrush, shoes, cologne, body wash, all of that. I met my soon-to-be best friend in 2022. So like a year after I had met him, she was a friend of a friend, and she was significantly younger than me, which I really at the time didn't think that the age made a difference. But now looking back, that.
So off the bat, we got a friend who slept with a situationship that's not too much of a situationship, honestly. Like a sneaky link. He's living with you. This your whole man.
Yeah, biggest red flag, relationship or situationship, because it's like that there's lines. And moving in with one of like your sneaky link, your little link up, that is not what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be something that's
right.
like a second life,
you're supposed to
double
sneak
life.
away. You know, you're supposed to sneak away to go see that person. You know, sneak away, sneaky link. You know what I mean?
Because now it's like, well, why didn't you guys just be together? And then it's like, can you really judge if he messes with somebody else? Guaranteed it was your best friend, but it's like, if we're sneaky links, ain't no rules. Like, I'm not with you, you're not with me, you do you, I do me, we do each other.
Only person owe you loyalty in that situation so far is your friend. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
It made a huge difference. So like I said, she was a friend of a friend. She came around. She kind of like just stuck around. My house was the party house. So every time we did something, I would invite her over, and we just became super close really fast, very, very fast. So I lived in one apartment, and then we moved that was a 3-bedroom apartment. We moved to a different 3-bedroom apartment, me and my best friend Anya at the time. And we had another roommate with us that moved into another 3-bedroom apartment. After about a year of living in this 3-bedroom apartment, my best friend Anya had to move back to Massachusetts. Mind you, in between this, my situationship was staying with me. He came from one apartment to the next apartment. But my best friend Anya had to move back to Massachusetts. So I had this 3-bedroom apartment to myself. I had 2 open rooms, and I asked my best friend at the time if she wanted to move in with me. So she moved in with me. So it was me, her, and the man.
She laughing, but that's a dream come true to a man. What you mean we not dating and you just let your friend move in?
Anything goes.
It's the setup. Like, you set yourself up with this. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You should have locked in with that man before you even started bringing people. And not saying that, you know, as a man, you should like hold the man accountable. Man, you should like do better. This is terrible. You know, even though she did alley hoop him up, you should have just missed it, I guess. Just some people are just athletic.
These sneaky links, situationships, it all seems fun until real emotions get involved, and now it's like, okay, are we just gonna be together, or are we just you do you and I'm gonna do me? It just gets messy. It's either be in a relationship or don't.
She got a situationship in her house and a friend of a friend. What the?
Where is the loyalty?
Who owes you loyalty in this situation? I'm being for real. Like, who owes this woman loyalty? A friend of a friend or a situationship?
And you said a situation
Sound like
of 4
years.
y'all were never gonna be cuffed.
Oh,
Y'all
4 years?
Yes.
I missed that part. I was looking down.
He moved from one apartment to a new lease. Like they
That's your husband at this point. What you talking about? It just sounds better.
At this point, just be together.
Nah, it sounds better when you say situationship. That just means I wasn't taking them serious anyways. You was taking them serious.
It's okay when he does. It's okay when I do, because we're not together.
It's okay to admit that you was in love.
Here.
You know, you're heartbroken by this. It's okay.
It was us three, and we did everything together. Everything together, which that didn't age well, but who cares? But we did do everything together. We were like a three peas in a pod. Honestly, we did everything together. Yeah, we lived together. Obviously, we did everything together. So the day before everything happened, the day before I walked in, it was a completely normal day. She worked. Me and him had the day off, and I went to Target, ran errands, whatever. Nighttime came, and he made dinner. We watched a movie. I fell asleep during the movie. When I woke up, he wasn't there anymore, but she was home from work. And I was like, where's so-and-so? And she was like, he went to the airport to go pick up his cousin. I had fallen back asleep, woke up again, and they were like all in the kitchen pre-gaming, and they wanted to go out, but I worked a morning job, so I didn't want to go out. I had to be up at like 6 in the morning. So they went out, and I believe it was those two and then maybe like 3 or 4 other people. And when they came home, it was like probably 3 in the morning, and he came into my room, gave me a kiss on the cheek, and he was like, I'm going to be right back. So I fell back to sleep again, and I woke up and he wasn't next to me. And so I texted him. And right after I sent the text message, something was like, no, you got to get up and you got to go look around the apartment. So I wake up, walk out of my room. As soon as you walk out of my room, there's a couch in the living room. It was like as soon as you walked out of my room. And I can see a body on the couch. So I like felt like a little bit of a relief. And I was like, okay, he's just right there, which wasn't super odd of him to have like slept on the couch sometimes. Anyways, I get up close and it's not him, it's his cousin. So my stomach drops my stomach because I already know what's about to happen. Like, you know, when you just know. So I walk down the hallway and I turn my body slightly and her door was wide open. The light was on and he was downtown having a ball.
Well, I thought y'all did everything together. The way you kept specifying everything, I'm like, everything?
Yeah.
Like everything, right? It sounds like somebody should be joining them. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a true situation here.
That's why it's like if your feelings are deep involved in a quote unquote situation,
she was left out.
He was probably hoping you would join. If you're painting this picture like, oh, I don't care what you do, you know, we're single. We can do what we want. There's no ties. They're gonna do exactly that. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to men, you gotta be direct. You gotta let them know, like, you mind, cut off all of that. Because if you're not, they're just gonna assume like, okay, she don't care. She's saying she don't care.
A really good friend. A really good friend. Like, I can't believe she would let me stay here and do it. Yeah, little sis, little cousin. I'm for real.
They were probably hoping you would join. I'm not gonna lie. If the door's wide open, the lights on, it's like they know you getting up at 6 to go to work. You just texted this phone. Like, come on, read the room.
It's crazy though to think that he kissed you on the forehead and was like, "I'll be right back," and that was the right back he was getting from. Like, like enough crazy ain't being done in this situation. I understand. Some people are just more mature than others.
And I believe they're called situationships because these relations you have just fit your situation.
Right.
So if you got a lot going on and somebody else got a lot going on, it's like, this is a situation.
Right. My question is this. Did you tell him that she was a friend of a friend? And did you tell her that he was a situationship?
Right. It's giving you were telling her, like, yeah, I don't even mess with him like that. You know, we do it occasionally. Like, if you fill in the room with, this is not serious, why would they treat it as such?
Just a paid hotel, man. We got a free hotel room for the night. That's all it sounds like.
And then they went out without you. You already giving like, do you, boo?
Yeah, you didn't let all the excuses pile up. We were drunk. You wasn't there. I was tripping. They gonna use the alcohol, act like they couldn't control themselves. Usually people can't control themselves on alcohol, just black the out. You know, people who can still function and have good conversations, that's called liquid courage. And he was just doing that because he knew he was gonna either A, you was gonna join, wild card to play. I'm not gonna lie. Or B, he was gonna say, I was drunk. I was drunk, babe.
In this situation, though, it's no loyalty. Just be together or don't.
Yeah, it's like, what do we do with this? Like, girl, you the fool in this. I ain't gonna
lie. I didn't really do nothing. No, I didn't do nothing at all. I looked and I said, "Are y'all cool?" And she like scooted back and was like, and he like immediately stopped and like chased after me and was like, "Brooklyn, no, I'm sorry. We're drunk. We're drunk. We're drunk. We're drunk. We're drunk. We're drunk." Okay. And he followed me out and I was like, "You need to get your things and you need to go." But like I said, not the smartest, okay? I think that it was honestly because I was in a state of shock that I wasn't the smartest, but I told him to go. He packs his things up, but he doesn't leave for like 5 hours. He like stays in the crib. Red flag. And also, she doesn't come and chase after me or like say sorry right away. Another red flag. Like they were both being oddly like weird and like almost like it was a normal reoccurrence that this has happened. This is just the first time that they've been caught. Okay, come back for part 2.
Or maybe they just confused on if they should care about you seeing it or not, because that's just a situationship, and I'm just a friend of a friend.
And your response is y'all cool?
Are y'all cool? Y'all
My
okay?
response would have been no response. What you mean he going down on you? And they didn't even know that she was there. So this was your time. This was your time. He didn't see nothing coming. If you was gonna react, that was the wrong reaction.
I mean, nothing says I'm okay with what's going on than that shit.
Is y'all cool?
Y'all okay?
We good?
Y'all good? I bet you said it just like that. Y'all okay? Y'all good? Y'all need some water? Need some water, bro? Is it dry down there? The fuck? Sorry.
Yeah, people can't. You gotta think though, these situationships, people cannot read your mind. If you're making it clear that y'all are nothing more than whatever y'all is, then that's what it is.
I'm trying to go fast, guys. I really am. Okay, part 2 of how I walked in on my situationship and friend hooking up and how I found out it went on for a year and a half. But this time I'm angry because, okay, I am being very nice and I'm always very nice, but I don't want to be nice anymore. People are trying to be slick and funny after part 1 and I'm not going for it. Let me start with her. She is an attention-seeking, wannabe, jealous, envious, always has been girl. And I'm none of those things. So I can't look at someone that I consider a sister and best friend and think that somebody would look at me like that. Everything I had, she wanted. She wanted the guy I was talking to. She wanted my friend group. She wanted the type of job that I had. She went so far. I'm a server in a breakfast restaurant. And guess what type of job she got? Server in a breakfast restaurant. Okay. After everything happened, she moved. We had a 60-day contract, so we had to stay. We stayed in the same apartment complex for 60 days. I moved out because why would I want to stay somewhere where I was traumatized? She moved into the apartment, the same apartment complex, just a different apartment, a building over. And also, the aftercare was weird. Like I said, she didn't really talk to me. She blocked me. She blocked my number. Weird. I don't know what the hell you're blocking me for. Like, what are you crying for? And also, she called the police on my friend's on my friend Deja, because Deja came over and it was around the time of her birthday and there was a balloon and Deja popped the balloon and her feelings were so hurt over a popped balloon. She called the police. She called the cops and to come to my apartment that my friend was in. She called the cops over a popped balloon. But it makes sense why she blocked me, because she knew in the back of her mind what she was doing was still wrong, which is crazy because you guys both talked about how disgusting you were. You guys were each in each other. You guys would never do that. Ew, she's so disgusting.
You know what I'm thinking right now? You know how she was talking about how the girl and her became friends. He was a friend of a friend. And they became close so quickly. I wonder if that was all by design. Like, definitely. I wonder if the friend was just trying to get close to the man the whole time. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like she's already like trying to destiny swap with you, where she's mirroring you. That's dangerous. Definitely. All right. People who mirror you, that is not admiration. That's not aspiration. What That's where I'm looking for. And you get the fuck I'm saying. It's not that. It's not them admiring you. It's more them like, yeah, I'm about to take your spot in real life. And the girl was working your ass from the beginning. How do you become a friend of a friend to a best friend? Like, in a short matter of time. That was all by design. And I'm pretty sure your man at the time made you feel comfortable with that decision. Because if a man wasn't comfortable with another person moving in, you would have, I'm pretty sure if he's a situationship, whatever the fuck, if he's one of those type of situations, you know what I'm saying? You got to be taking him serious or something because he's been with you for 4 years. So it's like he had to have some type of play to me to get her in the room and then she in the room and then boom. That's why they was just doing that. I don't know if you just known to be a heavy sleeper or something because the amount of balls it takes to do that, knowing that I'm about to get up soon, knowing that you just woke me up out of my sleep. Now I'm kind of up and I can't go back because it take a while to go back to sleep. You get to see your thoughts trying to close your eyes. You're just thinking though. You're trying to get to sleep, counting sheep. But instead of counting sheep, you're wondering when the she getting back to the bed. When the person coming back.
She did fall asleep. Hours later, she had to get up for work.
She couldn't have slept that hard because I'm up immediately. That's her problem. If you slept hours after doing that, obviously, who would have thought? But your man coming in late at night, kissing the forehead, you had to know. You said she got up and said like, oh, I feel like something's going on. Something told me to get up. That's because he probably cheated before. And you got her here.
That's the thing about situationships. It's like I said, there's no loyalty. So basically, you're okay with him stepping out with anybody else.
Yeah, what is a situationship?
The issue is that he did it with somebody that lived with you.
That's a friend of a friend.
So in my head, I'm thinking, like I said, he probably thinking we could be a throuple. We do everything together.
Yeah,
so
she said
it's
herself.
If you're okay with me stepping out on you, why would it be a problem if I'm stepping out with somebody that's your friend that we all get along with and we're doing it anyway? So let's just bring it to the forefront. He probably honestly thought there was nothing wrong about it, but how you reacted.
Yeah, she failed by not having standards is what you said. Like,
if you're dealing with this for 4 years, come on now.
Yeah, she didn't have standards. The fact that you let a man live in your house, or even a woman is kind of typical. I ain't gonna lie to you. But a man living in your with no type of responsibilities other than to show up and leave is crazy. Like, I don't know if he was paying the bills there or what. But what the hell would make somebody live with somebody for 4 years and not be in a relationship with them? Would y'all
not want a title
roommates or something that turns into a relationship? No, she said that she had this place first and he moved in. Hearing, boy, I just don't let nobody move in your place, man. At the end of the day, if y'all gonna just be situationships, do that in your own places. Why the hell are we living together like we married, like we created a covenant or something, if we not truly trying to be together? Somebody's surviving in this situation. I hope you know that, and it ain't her. She's, or maybe she was surviving, but he's definitely surviving and getting whatever he wants in this situation because it's her. How can she be considered surviving? He survived.
And then it's kind of like you didn't even put your foot down after you found out. You said he was still there 4 to 5 hours after the fact. It's like
not enough.
You have to stand on business.
Not enough business being stood on in that situation, but damn.
He's so gross. I would never do that. Like, are you okay? Which is what he would tell me and his homeboys all the time. And also, always talking about how he can never be with a girl that was ever with one of his friends. You want me to take it there? The whole crew, okay? The whole gang. But I digress. That's none of my business. If that's what you like, then that's what you like. Clearly, that's what you like. She has issues mentally that she needs to go and get help for. Him, on the other hand, mentally, physically, and emotionally abused me for all of the years that I talked to him. But if you're in that situation, you already know how it goes. I loved him and I tried to pursue him and show him how much I loved him and cared for him. And all he did was take advantage of me, of my belongings. He lived with me for 2 years rent-free and he used my car. He would bring it back to me on empty and expect me to fill the tank after he would use my car. He never paid for anything. I paid for all the groceries, all the bills, everything. It was all me. Anyways, the aftercare was stupid from him. He just continued to manipulate me. Like I said, I was stupid. I fell for it. And it was I was trying to give people grace and forgiveness and really really understand that maybe it really was a mistake. And that says nothing about me and everything about the type of person that they are, because I didn't have to be forgiving, and I didn't have to. I have text messages of him saying, please don't leave my life. I love you so much. I want to be better for you. I have all of these messages. So I'm not also crazy. Like, he made me feel a certain way and I believed him. But I ended up, fast forward, whatever. I still talked to him until like May of 2025. I went to Massachusetts. When I came back from Massachusetts, I went to Massachusetts because I was not mentally doing okay out here and I needed to go get help and get right. So when I come back, he has this new girl that he's talking to, completely different from my old best friend. And he is like, oh, I'm taking this girl really seriously, which, hi, I don't know if you're going to see this. I hope that you do, but they are doing the same thing to you. I had actually even asked, I said, how is she so okay with you and this girl being friends after you guys did what you did to me? If you guys could do it to me, you guys will do it to anybody. And he's like, everybody but you seems to understand that it was a one-time accident and mistake. It wasn't. It wasn't. So whoever talks to either one of them now, they're probably in love. That's probably the issue here. They're probably in love and they want to be together. And you guys, if you guys talk to this man or this girl, which I'm sure if you're from Vegas, you guys already know who I'm talking about, just know that they're together and they're still getting it on. But since life goes on, the story time's going to go on as to how I know that they're still cracking.
Don't gotta warn nobody, man. Nobody looking for no broke, abusive nigga. Ain't nobody looking for no broke who can't pay a damn bill and be beating them. That's the last message we care. They still sleeping together. Shit, we got other things to fry. The man's abusive. The man's a manipulator. And he was able to do that to you for 2 years. I'm not at the end of the day, I told you my issue with her is just never having standards. And just women in general, you gotta have standards for yourself. You got to, man. Because that's how you end up in a talking stage for fucking years. You're not about to talk to me to talk on the phone. Like, we're not about to talk in my house every day. We're not about to like just be talking. Like, this ain't no messy story. This is real life. Like, in real life, we gotta be like this. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. I just don't see, you gotta have standards. You just gotta have standards.
Yeah, it's giving you wanted a relationship and he just wanted the situationship so that he wouldn't have to step up. It's like, you're not my girlfriend, so why do I have to pay the bills? Why do I have to have any loyalty to you? It seems like you just had a million excuses. Mm-hmm. You were ready for something more and he wasn't. And that's when you just have to sever that tie. It's like, you experienced each other. Yeah. I'm cool with this experience and now let's move on. Because no, people like this. And then, you're talking a lot about this friend of how basically, I guess she was male-centered and stuff. These are signs you should have realized before they moved in with you.
Right. I was under that. Like, why you let her move in?
You got to watch out for them women that are male. They have to have male attention because if there's no other male around and it's only your man, they're going to want his attention.
I feel like everybody who be like, I try not to look at people in the bad light. They always get over. Do y'all understand why people end up, why they say good people come last every time? It's because good people tend to look past red flags. He was a robber and he went to prison for robbing. He changed. Yeah, he went for 20 years. He just been out for like 3 days. He changed. And it possibly he could change. But y'all don't ever think about the fact of the odds. It's like you got a better chance of taking your ass to the casino and hitting the color for $1 million. Not a colored person, but like a color on the red and black. Come on now, follow me. I gotta catch up. Some of y'all be going dark. I gotta catch out. But yeah, you got a better chance of going to the casino and winning. You feel me? Than doing this. I'm judging it. Mm-hmm. You've been in prison for what? How long? Nah, I need you to be free for some time. Or I need to see you first. If that's like saying in this situation, watered down, you know he a cheater, but you think he's not gonna cheat on you. You probably met him on some cheat. Not saying, I'm just saying, you kind of get him, you lose him how you get him. Just like how she lost him, she about to lose him how he got her, whatever the fuck. I feel like that was the same way with y'all, because ain't no way in hell you talking to me for years at a time. Like, are we just wasting life? Do we just, like, we don't value life the same? Because ain't no way in hell. Like, we can talk from another house. You pay your own bills, I pay my bills, we meet up for dinner. That's the talking stage. What the f***? I'm not paying your bills in no talking stage. Yuck.
And it went on for 1.5 years in part 3. Okay, part 3. This is how I found out that they have been doing it for 1.5 years. I just moved into my new house. God bless. Thank you. and I was mounting my TV. I grabbed a toolbox and I found a phone, my personal device, my phone that I gave to this man in 2021 because guess what? He didn't have a working phone. So me being the kind person that I was, I gave him a phone to use. But when I found it in the toolbox, I'm not even thinking like that. I don't even remember how I got it back into my possession. I don't remember. Probably at one point when he was living with me 2 years for rent free. He probably snuck it in the toolbox at one point. But I charge it and it opens up. I don't need nothing because this is an old phone. So there was nothing for me to need to get into the phone. It just automatically opened up and his iCloud was still on the phone. So the only thing on my mind at this point was when it opened up was to go into the hidden files because I had asked him multiple times in the last year of us talking to delete anything that could be in his hidden files of me, to delete it out of his hidden files because there's no reason that you need to have those. So I went to the hidden files to see if my videos were still there, and they were. But as I'm going through the hidden and I see my videos, I also see videos that I don't really recognize that were in between videos of me. So it was like a video of me, a video I didn't recognize, a video of me. So I click on one of them and there they are, getting it on and cracking in the worst way, multiple times, over and over and over and over, setting the camera up. Like it's not like the first time that they've ever done it.
Exactly why when people say it was an accident, I was cheating, when they cheating on you and they say it's an accident, how the you accidentally set the camera up, accidentally pursue? Ain't no damn accident. That's a choice. That is a choice. Cheating is a choice, y'all. It's not an accident. I don't give a how sad you make them, how angry. I don't care what you did. Cheating is a choice, and it can't be forced upon. Well, it could be. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? It could be forced, but it wasn't forced in this situation. It was given. He gave it up. He was giving it out.
That girl was never your friend.
Yeah, fuck her. We already know she wasn't a
I'm
friend.
just saying though, like, if my girl not going out, I'm not about to go out with your mans, even if he ain't your mans. Like, no girl code whatsoever. Like, F whatever he doing. He clearly ain't. But damn, can't even have friends.
Was the friend paying rent at least? Like, please tell me the friend was paying rent. At least tell me somebody was paying rent now. Because then it make a little sense. You know what I mean? You need help with the bills, but if he wasn't paying bills for 2 years, how long was she not paying bills? Was she paying bills? I feel like they got too much time on their hands. They can't be paying bills. You know? But that's just me.
And the friend ain't got no standards. If she knew that he wasn't paying, he just a not person, she was clearly just doing this to hurt you because what?
So not only, and just to preference also, just to make this very clear, I didn't watch all the full videos for the most part. It started off right away. So I don't even need to watch the videos to know that there's multiple videos and it was of them. So from the videos that I found, the first video of them hooking up was October 17th, 2024, 3 weeks after I walked in on them, all the way up until March 22nd of this year, a year and a half. You guys made me feel crazy for a year and a half. People made me feel crazy for a year and a half. Okay, it's darker now because I just watched this over before I posted it, and I just need to say this. On February 28th, I ran into the both of them. They were out. We were at the same place at the same time. It was her, him, and the group of friends that I used to be friends with, and then it was me and my homegirl. February 28th. I went up to her because, like I said, I'm turned a new leaf. I wanted to let her know that there was no bad blood. She doesn't need to be scared if I was ever in the same place at the same time as her because she always thought that I was just going to hit her. Like, girl, if I was going to hit you, I would have been. Right? Okay. So I was trying to be the bigger, more mature person, let her know, like, I love you. I forgive you. No bad blood. I don't want you to be hard on yourself. Like, I'm moving forward. I want you to be moving forward too. All while not knowing that she's still doing what she's doing. And she was in front of all of her friends. This is weird, crying in my face saying how I'm such a good person and she can't believe that she did this to me and she misses me as a friend. She just misses me so much. It's insane. But just so we're clear, that's not how I feel anymore. As of April 16th, I do not feel how I felt on February 28th when I last saw her because just a quick 2 weeks later, I found out what was really going on. All right, back to the story. he also, when I confronted him about these videos, he also said it was just a couple drunk nights. How much do you guys be drunk? And can you guys only do that when you guys are drunk? Like, come on, dude. Do you actually think I'm stupid? It's not just when you guys are drunk. Stop. And another thing, she watched me for 2 years go through hell and back with this man. She watched him do the worst thing outside of what he already did, but the worst thing that you could do to somebody, a female, the worst thing, she watched it with her own 2 eyes, was right there, a witness. And she didn't do anything. She always was going to stand by him. Always. Why? Do you think you're going to get chose? You're not going to get chose. Even now, today, you're in the same position I was in. You have his clothes hanging up in your closet. Heard about that. You have his clothes hanging up in your closet. All his stuff is there. You think you're going to get chose? Girl, you're me 2.0. You're 2.0. He's not choosing you. He's using you. And you would think that because you watched him do it to me firsthand, you would know that all you are is a quick little moment. That's all you are. And you probably provide something for him that he can't provide for himself. But one, not only are you sitting in my face, both of you are sitting in my face saying how I don't deserve anything that happened to me the first time. You didn't even do the worst the first time, but you're telling me I don't deserve it, but you're still doing it. At what point are you just a terrible person? Are you a disgusting person? Like scum of the earth? Like you guys deserve each other. And everybody that obviously knew that this was going on, this isn't like a secret, and everybody acts stupid and acts like they don't know this. You guys are bad, terrible people too. So I didn't need to look at the phone for any longer than 30 seconds because I've already seen what I need to see twice. God loves me so much. He showed me 2 times that no matter how forgiving and graceful and forgiving, I already said that, but no matter the type of person I am, terrible people are going to be terrible people and do terrible things to you, no matter how you treat them or how you feel about them. Some people have nothing but ill, gross, nasty intentions. And I'm sure her and him and other multiple people are going to probably say that I'm tripping and I'm lying and I'm just doing this for attention and no, I'm not tripping. I'm not lying. I know what I saw. Trust me, I know what I saw. I know what my 2 eyes definitely saw. And if I wanted to do this for attention, I would have done it 1.5 years ago when it first happened the first time. In what world would I want to post this for attention? This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I ever even knew you guys. This is not for attention. All in all, I'm so worked up right now. I'm so angry. All in all, don't let someone show you multiple times that they don't love and care about you. It doesn't work out. I might have been laughing a couple times in this video, and it's because I've put a lot of hard work into healing myself. And at first, I didn't put myself first when this first happened because like I said, it was an out of body experience, and I could literally get emotional because I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. And you guys are both right. I don't deserve that. That's the only thing that you guys are right about. I never deserve that. And you guys never deserve to be in my life either. And I can only think of people like that don't win in life. And I'm just happy I'm not that type of person. I'm just happy that I can go to sleep at night, lay my head on a pillow, and know that I have made mistakes in life, but I've never made a mistake like that. And I've never done somebody like that ever in my life. Not once, but twice. Like, you sociopath, both of you looked me in my eyes. One of you was crying. Another one of you is begging me not to go while you're still doing what you're doing. You guys go to couples therapy, please. Okay. That's all. I mean, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments since I want attention and views so bad.
Listen, at the end of the day, this is not you're young. I'm assuming you're young. This is just a little bump in the road. Not even a hump, a bump. Like, you're gonna run over this and not even notice it. This is little. This is small. You're going to move on. You're going to have a great life, and you're going to be able to find somebody who can truly appreciate you at the end of this. There's so many women out there that's stuck with somebody right now, and it's like this. They can't find a way out, can't find the strength to leave this person. And I pray that you guys do find the strength. I do pray to God. One thing if there's one thing in this world that you have, one being in this world, one superpower being, and it's God. And as long as you got a good relationship with God, God will provide a way for you out of that. And you just got to have the faith of a mustard seed. All right, you have to truly believe that God will do that. He will deliver you from this situation. In her situation, I think we can all learn from it. It's embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm embarrassed for you. I got secondhand embarrassment. Just thinking about how much they was playing in your face. But at the end of the day, you handle it with class, and it shows your character. I tell you all the time, it's like how you handle situations. Adversity to me builds character. So if you're going through, truly who you are is going to show. So you going through all of this and still being able to keep your head up, stay positive in a way, you still reacted like a normal human would out of anger and jealousy at times. I get it. The look took at her. I understand. You know what I'm saying? You're human. But at least you can take this and say, I learned from it. And she is in a bad situation right now. She is. She's with like everything you described him to be. I don't want to keep repeating those words, those key words, but it's like, yeah, we know he's a person who's not, women are not safe around him anyway. So it's like, you won. That's why you can smile. You can smile because you know that she's about, and I know it probably hurts women to know this too. It's like, dang, you tried to save her though, right? She saw you go through those things. That was a red flag to me in the beginning. If your friend watching you go through this type of stuff with your partner and they're not speaking up, I'm not saying getting involved, but trying to help you get out of that situation, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? She just probably thought that, oh, every woman thinks this. Oh, he ain't gonna do that to me. Like, y'all just got some type of special formula in you that other women don't have, when all men see is tits and, just being real with you. We're not looking at you from first glance as, oh, she's so wise. So we're looking at the physical feature of you, the attractiveness of you. And some men don't get off of that. They stay there. And then when they get done with that, when that dies, it's no longer, they're not trying to get to this. They move to the next woman. They try to find that look, that copy paste look again. And it's like, in reality, it's just, you dodged the bullet. You just dodged the bullet. I don't want to make this end in too long, but she definitely dodged the bullet.
Yeah, I know we made a lot of jokes in this video, but on a serious note, nobody deserves to go through something like this, to be lied to be played with it in your face. She seems like a very genuine person. And I know they do regret it because you don't find genuine people in this life. It's very rare. And the fact that, you even still tried to forgive her after that situation, you had to see what was in that phone. Because if you allowed her back in your circle, stuff like this repeats. She wasn't truly sorry. She continued to do the same BS. So yes, you needed to see what was in that phone so that you can sever that tie completely. Forgiven, but I'm not going to forget what you've done. You have to be more wise of the friends you keep.
Right.
Granted, nobody showed you who they are off bat, but with the guy situation, he showed you his true colors. Cut that off. Nobody's going to be pleased to have that version of him. So you missed out on nothing. Thank goodness you got out of that. Because like Bay said, some people still in that situation and have to deal with that. But you had the financials to move on and to leave him. So I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Yeah. This was something little, just the beginning. People have heartbreaks. You see the red flags. You know what to avoid now. And I wish nothing but the best for you.
For sure. My only thing is, I want to say this, is that the only reason I was so appalled by her whole story is that the whole time she didn't even need this man. Like most women who get stuck in these situations, they need the man. This man provided nothing. So my take was just more like, girl, what the why are you dealing with this? But anyways, if you guys are interested in following this creator, this storyteller, you already know what to do. Check out the description box below. And don't forget to like and, share this video with somebody that can probably relate to it or been through this similar situation.
Get your friends out of that situation.
Yeah, get your friends out of that situation. Maybe you got to send them a little reference video. Let them know, like, hey, see what is going to happen to your ass if you don't, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to learn, man. We got to learn from other people's mistakes. This ain't just entertainment. We can learn from this. But that's all we got, Mess Fam. We love you. We hope you are having a great day. And we will see you all in the next story time. Peace out.